This is a letter to my daughter, Jasmine Rose. Today is my daughter's birthday. Happy birthday, Jasmine Rose. I know you're around the age of 19 or 20. I hope it is well with your household. I pray that it is well with your chariots. And I hope you are well, whether you ever hear this or not. Before you betrayed me, you asked me what I thought a strong woman was. I told you at the time I didn't know how to answer that. I don't believe I ever met one. When your mother died, I was sad for a good solid year. After you betrayed me, I was inconsolable for 2. I took the money I was going to buy land with and spent it all, moving from hotel to hotel till it was gone. Then I got a job in an apartment, but there was no life in me. I may not have known what a strong woman was at the time, but I had read my Bible, and in it says not to dote on your daughters. Do not treat them like weak, dainty creatures. Do not treat them with disrespect. Do not treat them like soulless princesses. And thus I treated you no different than Damien. There was this one time when you were 2 or 3. You may have heard this story, but I'll say it again anyway. You were running around the living room. I was sitting on the couch, watching TV. You tripped while running. Your head slammed into the wooden coffee table, and you went down. I immediately had the evil urge to jump up and run to you. But I was armed with that passage about not doting on your daughters. I was also armed with the observation that many children cry because the ones who run to help are embarrassing them. Thus, they cry out of embarrassment rather than pain. Now, if you were seriously injured, I'd be able to tell. You'd probably start wiggling around on the ground. At that point, I'd run to you. My heart was racing, but I just sat there like I didn't give a fuck. You hit the ground. I don't think you were there for long. It felt like forever to me. You bounced up. I was looking at you with my peripherals. I was focused on the TV. You glanced at me momentarily and kept running around the room. If I only had a beer and one hand down my pants. That and a burp would complete the picture of a good father. I suspect the question came from my sister, the accuser, claiming that I'm a misogynist or something. I am not a misogynist, I am a philosopher. One major reason I married your mother is because she is smart. I was saddened to see her get dumber as the marriage wore on. But the point of the story is that I wanted you to be able to take pain like the image of a heroic man. Now, I say image of a heroic man because, as your mother would point out, most men are babies when it comes to pain. Women take pain better than men in today's world. She would obviously be right. This is the result of an effeminate society. Effeminate refers to both male and female. The result of a society built by soulless princesses. Moses didn't want the Jews to marry Gentile women, but he, the hypocrite, married a Gentile woman. There is nothing wrong with Gentile women. Moses didn't like how Gentiles raised their women. Moses wanted to raise strong Jewish women. In fact, I think the first leader after Moses in Judges was a woman. Moses created a meritocracy where the top Jew was the most deserving Jew. He didn't want any fools leading his precious people. And the first most deserving Jew in Judges was a woman. I saw you studying math in your room one day. I am pretty sure I didn't tell you to do that. I was really proud of you. My heart was always looking at you, and it would swell at the thought of you. Inconsolable was I. I didn't know what lies my sister told you, or I don't know what lies my sister told you. I told her that you and Damien could stay with her, but little Gabriel was staying with me. I would raise him on the farm. But more importantly, I told you and Damien that you were adults at the age of 16. I told you this because I respect you. I'll tell you the real reason that my sister attacked me. It was over the diapers. I told her not to put little Gabriel in conventional diapers because they smell like bleach. I caught her using conventional, and I was outraged. If it is true that organic diapers I was buying were bad, which is a possibility. The eugenicists murdered over 400,000 American babies with talcum powder. Casual genocide in America. If this were true, then we should be using cloth diapers. My sister attacked me because I played the role of John the Baptist and condemned her. Unfit is she. Thus, she wanted my head. You see, Jasmine, a strong woman would be a fierce lioness, violently and bloodily protecting her cubs. But there is a lesson here, Jasmine, if you ever do happen to see this. If a wicked person enters your life, you shut your mouth. It is enough to see them. It is enough to see them. They must be spoken to, but you leave that up to a prophet. You cannot act against a man unless he has been told. Once he has been told, Moses gives you jurisdiction in your heart. And remember the following, Jasmine. Take it to heart and keep it dear. There is to be no chivalry for the wicked. You don't try to convert a rabid dog. You just put it down. This is my only sister, and I love her. And she would be such a glorious lioness. I know the fierceness of her bite. My sister is to be admired in that she embraces her masculine energies. I would more confidently face most men on earth rather than her. With her, I'd have to give 110%. I would pay vast sums of money to see you and her throw down. That would definitely be better than any UFC event. My sister and I grew up for 4 years in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. We are from the hood, but you are my daughter. So damn, that would probably be a pretty good fight. But I can answer your question for you. For the past few years, I have been living on the streets and writing stories. My first story was like a poetic musical. My next couple of stories had mostly male characters in them. Any female characters I created felt disingenuous. I knew I had to be comfortable writing female characters or give up story writing. I started reading romance novels written by women to study their male characters. I realized that many story writers have a hard time with the opposite sex. A male's female character is like a dude with tits. The male character in romance novels were all like Bob the Builder types, while the bad male characters were pretentiously creepy. When in real life, bad male characters can be awesome and charming. I finally wrote a continuation story of the first real story of mine, but I added a female character, 14 to 16 years of age, and I am really proud of this girl. Tiffany is her name. She is a girl of craft and grace, not afraid of pain. To make me proud of you, all you need to be is loving, brave, and wise. The level of your digits is no concern to me, nor does success or failure. Only your heart matters to me. The heart holds real value. I apologize. The gift I'm about to give is repackaged. I thought you understood the wisdom I tried to give you and Damien. I thought I saw the understanding in your eyes and I was proud. So here is a little piece of wisdom. There are 2 higher powers of the mind, understanding and imagination. Next in order comes reason and memory. Reason and memory are servile functions. A man trained in understanding could take raw materials and build his own car from scratch. A man of understanding would not need Home Depot in order to be a man. And I say man because English does not really have a word that means both. I gag at the word person because it sounds so lifeless and dull. Anyways, a man of reason is only trained to fix cars. A man of reason knows how to add 1 plus 1. A man of understanding knows that 1 is a creation of our imagination. The 1 cannot be seen or heard or smelt. 1 exists in the 4th dimension. Education should empower men and women instead of being trained. I tell you this because I heard from my only brother, Secundino, that you were on the honor roll. And I know I have 2 other brothers, But brother and sister are spiritual words, fifth dimension words that do not have DNA. Anyways, I heard that you made the honor roll. This was when I was inconsolable and still in contact with Secundino. I don't know his number now. When I heard you made the honor roll, my heart sank. My only precious daughter, treated with disrespect, being proud to be patted on the head by wicked philosopher kings. I was humiliated and in deep shame. If you had taken my lessons, you would have been well on your way to the 33rd degree by now. I wasn't the best father. I gave up because your mother would fight me when I tried to discipline you. A good lioness would discipline her cubs. Shame to be on a roll that has no honor. I will give you another present. One time you asked me how to pray. I didn't know how to answer you then too. You see, think of what I said about the mind. The soul is the same way. There are many beautiful parts within men and women and children. But if I could encapsulate the answer, I would say that prayer molds the best you. But that is the problem. Best you. What does that mean? You have to answer that question on your own journey. If there is anything you can say about me, I respect your free will. Unlike my control freak sister. A strong woman is only master of herself and slave to no one. I did give you the most essential knowledge. That is, this world is wrong. Virtue is not weak, and virtue leads to satisfaction. I hope you walk well, my Jasmine Rose. A few years ago, my prayer transformed from dull, hard toil of meditation to consolation with spirits from beyond the veil. I have had contact with your mother, and she made it to the good side. She wishes you the best on your birthday. I don't hear her voice, nor do I see visions. The contact goes like this. I will see something, like her birthday number, month and day, and I will feel her loving touch within. Sometimes, when I write, I let them take over. They are gentle and respect free will. Beware of spirits that want to control you. But when I was writing just now, she did pop inside my head. Like I said, she wrote that. And she loves your brothers, and she is mad at my sister. I forgive you, but I cannot run to you right now, because you broke my trust. And I yearn to admire you. One female character from the movies that I do love is Alita Battle Angel. I thought it was you and I versus the world, but it is only lonely me. I love you. I wish your household well. I wish your horse is well. I wish your chariot's well. I wish your spear's well. And I wish you well. Jasmine Rose, my battle angel, daughter of Enrique Zoltano. Happy birthday. My heart longs for the day I see you again.